time out of your day to help show this new facility off. I got a few notes and I'll try to be brief. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, welcome to the new facility. Any of those of you that are here have ever served on the board or been a part of the membership? Would you raise your hands? That way you can kind of see. There's been a lot of folks that had a lot of effort in helping make this thing happen. So what you see here today is a result of more than 10 years worth of boardroom conversations, thousands of hours of planning by the architects, medical staff, and other medical support professionals. The emphasis on the project has been efficiency. The building needs to look good and also needs to function very well, and that was the theme that was carried all the way through the project from the beginning to the end. To those of you who work in the facility, you can likely remember that we had what they call the Lean 3P project. That Lon loaned us this hangar, and we brought semi-loads of 4x8 sheets of cardboard in, and they built the rooms that are in this facility piece by piece. And the architect was there, and they brought in the people that were going to work in that space, and they would have them draw on the walls and make sure the fixtures were all in the right spot. And so that was part of the emphasis on making the building work as well as it did. There's several people I need to thank, or that need to be recognized specifically: Greg Unruh and David McCorkle, and the administrative team that served during this project. Without your dedication and commitment to the project, we would not have been possible. We also need to thank the med staff and all the medical support staff. We know without your continued effort and doing an outstanding job of taking care of patients, that the building would not be here. The building is a tool to help you do a great job of taking care of inpatients and outpatients. I need to thank the rest of the Board of Trustees that served on this journey. When we originally talked about the ongoing need for additional spaces more than 10 years ago, the original plan was an addition to on the existing hospital with a price tag of about $20 million. Well, as the process unfolded and we really dug into the current and future needs, it became evident that instead of putting a Band-Aid on the problem, now is the time to take a different approach. And so what you see here today is that different approach. A special thanks to Jerry Moran. He's been a supporter of Northwest Kansas and Colby for a long time. Jerry was here when we did the groundbreaking. Jerry helped us with funding the project and also navigating the USDA loan process. We continue to thank Jerry for his ongoing support of the area. The patients that choose to entrust their health care needs to Citizens Health, this would not be possible without you. We thank you for your business and look forward to taking care of your health needs going forward. We also need to thank the Northwest Kansas region we serve. We are proud we were able to secure healthcare access for the people we call friends, family, and neighbors. And finally, quality healthcare close to home. That's what we're about. So enhancing the lives of those that we serve. Thank you.
Well, Bob, thank you. Appreciate your comments there. I just want to start off by saying thank you. It's an honor to be up here, to be in front of you, to be able to show off this facility. What an amazing facility that we have here. We are absolutely blessed as an organization, and we're blessed by the community of people we serve. Sorry about that. I want to start off by really thanking our Board of Trustees. Both the current trustees, former trustees, it's their leadership is a big reason why we're here today. This ribbon cutting is more than just an event or a ceremony, right? It means a lot to the community. It means a lot to the region. Healthcare access is very important, and this building is securing a future for healthcare access in Northwest Kansas, so we appreciate that. Most importantly, I want to thank our people, right? Buildings, equipment, software, that doesn't provide care to people. Our people do. And so a huge thank you to everybody on our team that's been involved. Our administrative team, Jenny Niblock, has been a huge part of this and part of the reason why we've been so successful as an organization historically. There have been countless hours from many, many individuals who have been up here day and night working tremendously hard to make this happen. So we're up here because of them. And so we really appreciate all the hard work and effort that's gone into that, helping us living our mission, enhancing the lives of those we serve. So Very, very important to recognize those people. Physicians and medical staff, as Bob mentioned, taking care of people is a passion. It's what we do every day. And this facility is giving them an opportunity, the tools, and the environment to do what they do best. So next, I want to thank the partnerships that we've created along the way. Jimmie Jo with the USDA, all of her team with the State of Kansas USDA office have been extremely supportive and helped us all the way along the way. We've created some friendships and some partnerships with them that are going to last a lifetime, I know. And so I really appreciate their team. Senator Moran, as Bob mentioned, has always been a very supportive senator for us. He's always been helping us navigate whatever process we need to. He's been on site multiple different times, and just really blessed to have his support throughout this entire process. So thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. This is an exciting event, a milestone for this organization, and something that's going to carry us for generations into the future. So thank you for being here. Up next, we got Matt Godinez, Assistant Secretary of Commerce for the state of Kansas.
Thank you and good morning, everyone. It's great to be back here in Colby for today's special ribbon cutting here at Citizens Health, which will be a new resource with a hub for healthcare here in Western Kansas. My name is Matt Godinez, and I do serve as Assistant Secretary for the Kansas Department of Commerce. Today, it's my honor to join with local and federal partners and to provide greetings on behalf of Governor Laura Kelly and Lieutenant Governor David Tolan and the rest of the team at the Department of Commerce. Great things continue to happen here in Kansas when we all work together. We deeply value the partnership and support from local officials, state legislators, and from our federal entities like the USDA, which was instrumental in today's success story, as well as support from our federal delegation, particularly Senator Jerry Moran, a steadfast champion for the people and the economy of Kansas. By leveraging key public partnerships, Citizens Health is a great example of how state, local, and federal partners can come together to support the private sector and make the big wins even bigger. Working together, we make the potential impact for even larger for Colby and especially for the Northwest region. And we know now that precisely is the time to keep dreaming big and keep undertaking bold, transformational things here in Kansas. We're in the midst of a new era of growth across our state. During the Kelly administration has been marked by more than $30 billion in private business investment, 83,000 jobs created, and massive community-focused wins like this one. We are without a doubt a state on the rise. And we know that there's more we can and will accomplish here in the Sunflower State if we keep collaborating, keep building, and keep believing in Kansas. And as a native Kansas, I couldn't be more proud of a project like this. Thank you all again for your work and partnership, and let's all keep reaching for the stars together.
Well, good morning. It's great to be home in Western Kansas. Jimmie Jo Jansonius. On behalf of President Trump and Secretary Rollins, I am absolutely honored to be here today as your State Director for Rural Development to extend our congratulations to Citizens Health, your Board of Trustees, David and his team, and then just the community of Colby and Northwest Kansas as a whole, HFG, McCarthy, all of you on the completion ahead of time of this absolutely amazing facility that is going to transform healthcare regionally in Northwest Kansas. So thank you to Senator Moran and Senator Marshall for your leadership and for your ongoing staunch support for rural Kansas and rural healthcare. That makes all the difference in the world. I'm the mom of an emergency room nurse that this makes a difference. These investments in rural America make a difference. And when we're talking about people and we're talking about lives, we're not just investing in our communities, we're investing in people. So on behalf of the administration and the USDA, we are a proud partner in this project through our community facilities, our USDA Direct, and our Guaranteed Loan Program. We partnered with our friends at Citizens, the community of Colby in Northwest Kansas, and the administration, as evidence of this, continues to show its unwavering commitment to investing in rural America. And we want to ensure that we have access to high quality rural health care, infrastructure, and communities that are sustainable to keep where we call home strong, resilient, and economically viable. And you know, I alluded to this a second ago, but perhaps the most impressive thing about all of this isn't the building, but I mean, don't get me wrong, this is incredibly impressive. But this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for our region, and it's really about the people. It's about the people that collaborated. Citizens, local, federal, and state partners, and really those beyond. You know, I'm proud to call Northwest Kansas home. It's an absolute privilege to call you guys neighbors and friends. And the USDA mission is to enhance the lives of rural Kansans and those that we serve. So I congratulate Citizens and your staff and all of rural Northwest Kansas on this investment. You guys are nothing short of rock stars in what you've accomplished here. Ahead of time. I will note ahead of time, ahead of schedule. This facility stands as a reminder that when we invest in rural communities, we aren't just investing in infrastructure, we're investing in people. And when we invest like that, those investments pay dividends for generations and generations to come. Thank you, and congratulations again.
I almost tripped getting up here, which reminded me of being at the 3i show in Garden City one time when I did trip, called to the stage, caught my foot on a platform like this, and sprawled across the stage, my eyeglasses, my glasses flying. And I thought, how do I recover from this circumstance in front of an audience as large or larger than this one? The answer was, I stood up and said, well, I'm probably the only United States senator that could get up. I'm really delighted to be here. This has been such a project for a long time that begins with dreams and then becomes plans and then becomes action and then becomes results. And this community has watched the results, the fruition of all those things that went before you ever saw any dirt moved or any concrete poured or any brick laid. And it gave people hope. And we live in a part of the country in which we sometimes think we got lots of challenges. We know we're fortunate to live in Northwest Kansas. We know we're fortunate to live in Kansas and to be rural Americans, rural Kansans. But we also know there's lots of challenges out there. And what does the future hold? Many of us have the hope that our kids will be here and raise their kids here. Therefore, our grandkids will be here. We hope that others will return to their hometowns. We want our communities to have a bright future. And one of the most important components of whether that turns out to be true are the decisions that have been made in this community, but are being made across Kansas and across the country about what do we need to do to make certain that we can care for the healthcare needs of those who live in the places we call home. I always say that there's two most important issues that we focus our attention on: the success of farmers and ranchers and the access to health care, if we want a bright future for communities across rural Kansas now and in the future. So I'm really here to say congratulations, thank you. What happens in Washington, D.C. is minuscule in this project and in so many other ways in our lives as compared to the decisions and work that take place among the citizens of Kansas. Good things happen, perhaps with some help from the federal government, and we have that exhibited by the rural development part of USDA. But none of that happens without people here making the decision good things are going to happen and then making sure they do. And I've watched this idea. Greg Unruh drugged me into this project years ago with an idea that maybe we could do this, and handed me off in a sense to his successor. And I've watched this community decide this is going to happen. And while people keep bragging about it being on time, and that's a great thing, it wasn't like a straight path, was it? There were some ups and downs along the way. And throughout those ups and downs, people remained committed to an outcome. And that outcome reflects the belief that this community has a future. While we probably will think about this hospital and what it means to us who live here and our families and their well-being, what we may not recognize is the decisions and the outcome of those decisions means that Colby and Northwest Kansas have a bright future beyond those of us who live here today. 85 years ago, somebody in this community, some bodies in this community decided we needed a hospital. 85 years ago, somebody decided a hospital was important, and that was the beginning. People made decisions not just about themselves, but about the future. And that's what's happened here. Yes, we'll be able to provide quality care, loving, compassionate care for people who are patients here, but we'll also be ensuring that in the days to come, the years to come, and the generations to come, Colby will be a spot, more than just a spot on the map, but will be this regional center that people will find a desirable place to live. My hometown, Plainville, we have a great hospital, and at the time of my parents being in their 90s, we had 5 doctors. That's a big deal for a county like Rooks. In the absence of that, my sister and I would have had a conversation about my parents. My dad lived to 98, my mom to 94. And the conversation would have been with my mom and dad, I'm sorry, you need to move. You need to move where you can get health care. But we were fortunate enough to have it at home. And wherever my parents would have had to move, it would not have been home. And so their lives were blessed by being surrounded by people they grew up with, neighbors that cared about them, because they had a healthcare community that was going to take care of them. And that's happening here. And as I travel Kansas, I visited 51 hospitals this past year, 2025 in Kansas. There are about 125 of them. And what you see is that we are the largest provider of jobs in our community. We create economic opportunity, but we create the circumstance not just for our seniors, but for young families to make the decision we can afford. We can take the risk of raising our kids because we can get them to the doctor, and there's an ambulance and an emergency room, and there's a pharmacy on Main Street. And oh my gosh, if you can deliver babies, you are a rare hospital in Kansas, one now of almost a handful. So you have made decisions that are hugely important for today and for tomorrow. And a hospital with the appearance and services that this hospital provides and the staff that work here means that you're going to be better able to recruit more doctors, more mid-levels, more nurses, attract more people. Attract the professionals that you need in your community because you've done something that demonstrates they're welcome and they can pursue their careers here. This is really all just about saying thank you for the efforts that have been made. I tell people sometimes I get thanked for my efforts, and I'm grateful for those who say that. Paul Steele was one who did this at a meeting in Hayes. He thanked me for my efforts, and I said, someday I'd like to be thanked for my results. Hard to come by in the place that I work. But I'm here to thank you for your efforts and to thank you for your results as well. This is an amazing development in an amazing community that has an amazing future, all because people decided that's what they wanted. And to the staff, the nurses, the doctors, the professionals, the providers, the technicians, those who clean the floor and sweep the pens, excuse me, that's my daughter, the veterinarian, sweep the floors and clean the beds. You're all so important, and it's what makes life in Kansas worth living. Colby has taken the major step toward ensuring that life is worth living in Colby, in Thomas County, and in Northwest Kansas. And all those people who drive up and down this interstate are going to be so grateful that this hospital is here when they need it. This is my 6th or 7th visit to the hospital over the years, and that does not include my driving up and down the interstate and coming here for a kidney stone in the emergency room. So thank you for caring for me, and thank you for doing what you did to make this so possible. Great work, and thanks for including me in today's activities and giving me the chance to try to make this project a result that's so important. Thank you.
How's this? Okay. On behalf of the Colby Thomas County Chamber, we are so excited for you guys. The hospital is such an integral part of our community, so we are just thrilled for you guys and want to present this certificate to congratulate you. So congratulations.
All right, well, thank you all for joining. We got